I'm Royal, I'm rank 1 in Wild Rift, and I'm playing on a fresh new account all the way from Unranked to Challenger. I'll be playing every role with many different champions to show you how to climb and win in every elo. What is up YouTube, I'm Royal, and we're finally playing in Platinum elo. So I know this is where a lot of my viewers are. Most of my viewers are in Platinum, Emerald, Diamond, and Master tier. So we're finally getting in their ranks where I can definitely show you how to carry games in your own elos. So this game we're playing Fizz mid lane. I got a lot of requests to play a lot more of my main champions and the champions I'm more comfortable with. Fizz is definitely one of my favorite champions to play. I love playing melee assassins mid lane, Fizz, Zed, stuff like that. So Fizz is free to play, and since I don't have a lot of champions on this account, I'm gonna take advantage and take Fizz. The enemy team has a Caitlyn that completely outranges me and can poke me very hard in the early game. So here I unfortunately do take Crow attack. I was trying to dodge it with my third ability. In my rooms I have taken second wind, which is super important when you're playing a melee champion into a ranged champion that can constantly poke you like Caitlyn. So I've taken a lot of damage here already. Thankfully second wind is gonna keep me with just enough health to be able to survive the laning phase and farm under turret. So in the early laning phase, there's not much I want to do. Oof. Sneaky third ability. There isn't much I want to do in the early laning phase. I just want to farm. I'm actually going to base here because it is a cannon wave. So at most, I'll miss one minion if she decides to push under turret. And I'll be able to get another amplifying tome, building towards my first item death cap. Unfortunately, my top laner does go down. So this is a sneaky recall, is what I like to call it. Since I only miss 1 minion, I get back my full HP and I have an extra 25 AP. And I was just definitely disrespecting my burst. And I'm able to just do a quick all-in and one-shot her because she doesn't have a defensive summoner or spell, right? So I hit my full combo, and that's definitely her not knowing how much damage I can actually deal, and me knowing perfectly how much damage I can deal. I was able to pick up another amplifying tome with my sneaky recall in the early laning phase. And again, I want to highlight that the only reason I was able to do that recall was because I based during a cannon minion wave. So I only lost 1 minion total. I was able to get the other amplifying tome, and that's what gave me enough damage to kill the Caitlyn, who just didn't expect this amount of burst from me. Again, I want the wave to push into me, so I have the space I need to all in her. I now have even more AP. Now I'm pretty much waiting for my ulti to look for another all-in. This minion gives it to me, and now that the wave is pushed to my side of the turret, I can just hit my ulti, going with my third ability, and she has no chance of surviving that. Again, I was only able to get this kill because I let the wave push into me instead of just randomly hitting it. I'm managing the wave properly. And that gives me the space to use my ulti and just one-shot her. And now at this point, I'm so tremendously ahead in Fed because I've solo killed her twice that it's going to be really hard for her to even lane against me, because I'll be able to dive her on command. Every time I have my ulti up, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill unless she flashes it. So the enemy team does have an Urgot jungle. That's interesting. So I'm also using my second ability to farm a lot, because after you use it to farm, it refunds the cooldown, but you still keep the buff for the next like 5 seconds. So if you see, my little trident still has the buff after I last hit with it, and then if I do decide to go in, I can do a max damage combo. Because my first ability will still have the buff, then I will auto attack and use my second ability. And I will have the second ability buff the entire time while doing that. So that's like the max damage combo that you can do on Fizz. I'm going in for a little poke. She ults me. And now my ult is back up, so I'm gonna look for an all-in. Kind of misplay by attacking that minion, but I'm able to dodge the last turret shot with my third ability. Now we just get another clean solo kill. When it comes to my lane, I get the healing plant, which I thought would be able to put me over the threshold, but I think since he ulted me, I was already under the threshold, so it doesn't matter if I get HP back, it's already too late. So I definitely should have flashed that. That's my mistake for not really understanding Urgot's kit perfectly. I thought that by getting the healing plant, I would just go over the threshold and he would not be able to ult me, but that is not the case. So I'm going to finish my first item, Death Cap, which I think is the best build for Fizz. I have tried Lich Bane a lot, but Death Cap just, it feels like it deals a lot more damage. She's again very caught out. I'm going to use my first ability on the minions. Oh, I'm not in range for the last auto attack, so I shouldn't have flashed there. Maybe she has a Nimbus Cloak or something, because I was definitely not in range for the last auto attack. I push out the wave, and I see that the enemy team is way overextended bot lane. However, they are very strong, so I need to be careful. I get a pretty clean roam, take down the Urgot, and then slowly auto attack the Ezreal to death. I'm gonna stay bot and push the wave. In this situation, Jhin is supposed to actually go mid lane and clear that wave, since I'm going bot lane and clearing the wave since I'm already there. However, he doesn't know what I do. Obviously, he doesn't have perfect macro. He continues to go bot lane, but that's fine. We already have 4 kills for ourselves. We are ahead, however, our top laner is struggling. I'm just gonna farm the wave, but I see that Caitlyn's again pushed way too far. So I'm just able to use my ult and no attack her down with my second ability. My jungler is doing dragon, so I'm gonna go assist with that. I'm assuming that the enemy jungler is probably doing herald. Now Fizz has some of the best roams in the game, and that's why I actually chose to go for my boots this early on. So I can look to roam bot lane a little bit and help them out. He is gonna use his herald mid lane, which kind of sucks. So I'm kind of baiting for my Lee Sin here so we can 2v1, but for some reason he just ignores me and is just farming wolves. But that is whatever. So now I want to kill the herald before he gets to the next turret. And again, this Caitlyn is very overextended. I have low HP, but my ult is gonna come back soon. She's very pushed up, and my jungler is not punishing her. My jungler actually hasn't backed. He has 4,000 gold, and he's just full clearing over and over again. He hasn't based. So I'm suspecting he's like very new to the game or something. So he's trying to help out Irelia. And I'm gonna be able to roam there just in time to pick off the Urgot, and that's a big kill for me. I'm also able to get red buff. However, I did sacrifice time mid lane where Caitlyn is just auto pushing the turret, and she almost got my tier 2 turret because she's just pushing it all the time. I'm gonna go flank her and probably pick up an easy kill. There's no way that she can escape. So she's very overextended and I'm able to punish that, but at this point she doesn't give me a lot of gold, right? I need to impact the map in other ways. I need to shut down this Jax in the top lane, I need to shut down the Urgot, and to help my bot lane snowball. So coming back, I'm initially gonna go mid lane and then see what else I can do in the map. I see my Irelia completely caught out, but Jax is half HP, so I decided to just ignore my wave and rush straight to top lane, because if I can get a shutdown on this Jax, this would be really big. I expect him to keep moving forward, but he doesn't. I miss my ult. And I realize how strong he actually is and that I can't kill him. So I go behind him and use my first ability to get away. I still have flash. So I'm just going to use a simple third ability flash combo that he can't really do anything against and pick up the kill. Caitlyn's going to keep pushing mid lane, and my Lee Sin is going to walk right by River and not stop her. So she's just going to take the turret while my Lee Sin invades. I don't understand why he's not going for this easy gank to just stop Caitlyn from taking the turret. However, since she is very overextended, I should be able to one-shot her once again. So while she is feeding into me, realistically, she still has gotten 2 turrets pretty early into the game, and that's kind of stopping me from being able to really roam everywhere. However, we're definitely able to stomp her. Our top laner is struggling, but we did get the shutdown on the Jax, which is giving us so much gold. We've already gotten our Lich Bane. And now I'm gonna just go and take mid lane turret. I wasn't able to take any platings this game, which is something that I do like doing on Fizz because my second ability does so much damage to turrets. However, you rarely have opportunities for platings with Fizz, since you have like no wave clear and you're a melee champion. So I'm gonna roam bot lane. I do miss my ult, but my damage is very high, so I'm able to just one-shot the Lux with the ignite. And Ezreal overstays his welcome. My abilities come back up and I'm able to clean up the Ezreal. So now we've kind of taken care of bot lane. Our bot lane is very far ahead. They're already winning. Now I need to start concentrating on impacting the rest of the map, and by that I mean top lane and jungle, because my jungler is very far behind. And my top laner has again so killed many times. So at this point I'm just one-shotting this Caitlyn over and over again. I don't know if she's like a bot or if this is like genuinely how plat players play the game. So Jax is very fat. He's 5-1-0. He has his entire Divine Sunder, and he's actually a really hard champion for Fizz because of how tanky he is. I can't really one-shot him like I can other champions. Like, I can just one-shot this Lux, right? But with Jax, it's a little different. I'm able to get my ult on him, playing it slow, I'm waiting for my team. But since I have no assistance, I'm just gonna need to get away from him. He does overextend here, and that gives me the extra turret shot and the extra damage I do need. Since I had no mana, right, I could only use two abilities. So I barely have enough mana. I'm gonna go and get the plant and then finish up Ezreal if he keeps overextending. He's overextended with the Caitlyn, so I'm gonna jump on Caitlyn first. I'm able to flash away and get the other plant, which barely allows me to survive the Ezreal ult. So now I'm getting a little cocky. I don't want to give my shutdown away. I'm just gonna base and go get my item. I'm just gonna leave. Maybe I could have helped him there, but this game I'm just focused on carrying the game and not taking any risks. So I'm not gonna be so much focused on helping my own team as I am focused on getting myself ahead. So now I just have an insane amount of damage and I'm able to one-shot their squishy champions super easily. It's Jax that I'm struggling with, right? But with the help of my team, we're able to barely take him down, and I survive with a sliver of HP. So I'm gonna base and build into my Void Staff. So the important lesson from this game, yes, I am stomping plat players, but the important lesson from this game is teaching you how to snowball your lead as an assassin. I'm getting picks on the champions that are easy for me to kill, which is Ezreal, Lux, Caitlyn, and I'm kind of staying away from Urgot and Jax and trying to kill them with my team. So again, I'm picking Dragon. Obviously, you want to take the objectives when you're ahead. There's not going to be a lot of contention. Oof, the Ezreal ult almost stole it. So I want to be pretty much killing their carries as much as I can since I'm an assassin. So here I clear the wave with my third ability and I get very caught out. I did not expect the entire enemy team to be there. I used my third ability to clear the wave, which is very risky. And you don't want to do that when you're that overextended. So this is a mistake I made, and now I gave the already fed Jax an insane shutdown. He's going to be able to convert that into magic resist, and it's going to be very hard for me to kill him now. At least until I finish my Void Staff. So these are mistakes that you often see me do in these low reload videos, and that's because I'm kind of disrespecting the enemy team, and I'm like, oh, they're not going to come here. I can get away with using my third ability here. But in high-low, I'm definitely going to get punished for this every time. And even in low-elo, I'm being punished for this. So I definitely shouldn't be underestimating my opponents. And I should not be using my third ability in the way that I am to wave clear. It's my only escape tool. So using Senna's invisibility, I'm able to just jump in on the Lux. I immediately flash away so I don't get stunned by the Jax. And we clean him up with my team. So again, to kill Jax, I'm using my team and I'm getting help from them. I finish off the Lux, but Ezreal is able to get away. And we're going to kill the Urgot as well. So these are some big kills for me. I already have 20 kills actually, wow. But it's very hard to close out the game because my team doesn't really know what to do macro-wise. So even if I ping them to go Baron, I didn't this time, but when I do ping them to go Baron, they don't really know what they're supposed to do. And my Irelia just ints into the turrets. It's like 0-6 honestly, so... It's definitely not helping this game. This is making this game a challenge. So I'm pushing out the waves as much as I can. I do have enough gold for Void Staff. And that's definitely something I do want to get. Since the only champions I struggle to kill are the two melee champions, Jax and Urgot. And they do have a bit of magic resist already, at least the Jax does. So I'm going to pick up my Void Staff. So for last item, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to build on Fizz. I've seen Leandris be good. I've seen Awakened Soul Stealer be pretty good. So Caitlyn is very caught out. I'm able to just quickly kill her. However, my Lee Sin has died, and I'm kind of scared that they might go to Baron. Don't have a lot of vision, but I'm able to get a good ultimate on the Urgot, and it hits both the Urgot and the Jax, so it's just perfect. I'm able to kill the Jax, and look how I'm playing around my cooldowns, right? I'm not just going in and dying. I'm using my cooldowns, trying to stay away from the enemy's range when I don't have any cooldowns up, and I'm playing around my spells. I'm slowly baiting them in. I use my full combo on the Urgot, but I'm staying on the edge so I can immediately run away, and I'm able to just one by one take down the enemy team. I dodge my own Senna's ultimate, but I'm able to ult the Ezreal. Gonna go and get the healing plant. He's pretty much dead once I've hit my ult. And we're able to just clean up the enemy team completely. This is an important aspect of playing mages or assassins in general. If you rely on your spells to do damage and not auto attacks, when you don't have your spells up, you want to be keeping your distance like I'm doing with Fizz. I use my abilities. I run out when I don't have spells, or you can use your stasis when you don't have spells to kind of stall until they come back up. And when I have my spells again, I can do stuff. I'm able to pick up... Oh, I'm actually not able to pick up the Caitlyn, and the turret shots kill me. Ugh, that was very unfortunate. I'm pretty sure I actually got executed here. Yeah, I got executed. I didn't even give a shutdown over, which is good at least. Let's call that a faster recall. So I'm just thinking what my last item should be. I'm also thinking, should I get stasis and kind of stall on my last item? Stasis is very important in Fizz, but I do end up deciding to go for the Awakened Soul Stealer, since the enemy team doesn't have a lot of magic resist and the extra magic pen will help out. I definitely should have gotten stasis earlier this game, but I never had a good base for it. I could always just finish an item because of how much gold I had, so I ended up not getting stasis until the game was pretty much over. I'm not even sure if I end up getting it this game. So Jax did get called out, however we lost Irelia, which doesn't really matter to be honest. I just want my team to go to Dragon so we can get that 3 Dragon win condition. And I'm trying to steal the Dragon by myself here, and I am able to barely get it. Then I one-shot the Lux, and at this point I'm just so fed that the enemies don't really stand a chance. It's more of a massacre at this point. I pick up another triple kill. And now me and my team should just be able to go mid lane and kind of end the game since we've already taken 2 inhibitors. I'm just way too fed. So yeah, we'll probably be ending here. If you are enjoying the series and now that we're getting to higher elos, recommend me some champions to play. Oof, I just one-shot that Caitlyn. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Wild Rift content, and thank you so much for watching.